And we're back, YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I appreciate that. And this is my review of Borderlands 3. In short, it's more of the same. The end. But that's a bit unfair, but not completely untrue either. It's a return of the much-loved looter-shooter series. Back are the cartoony graphics. It's very distinct, it looks like nothing else on the market. It feels completely familiar if you've played the other games in the series. You get a bunch of new Vault Hunters. There are 4 of them, each with their own special abilities and very deep skill trees, which is great. There are 2 new villains that are introduced here, modeled as YouTubers, so they do things for the likes and the subscribers. Problem is that the 2 aren't very interesting villains. Nothing of the level of Handsome Jack, who you despise but you also love. But I can appreciate Gearbox poking fun at the social media culture in all its shallowness and silliness. So the game has a lot of humor, a lot of jokes, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, which in my opinion is very much appreciated. I mean, there are so many games out there that take themselves so seriously. This game doesn't, which is great. This time around, the story plays out not just on Pandora, but on a variety of planets, each with a distinct look and feel, as well as the game sort of reintroduces old enemies and adds new ones to the roster. I appreciate the idea of spicing up the environments and the enemy roster, but I'd rather play a full-fledged, realized planet than small chunks here and there. That makes the game feel disjointed. I mean, you're going there and there in different places. It just doesn't feel cohesive all the time. Also, the quest design is not great. It's that familiar go somewhere, kill a bunch of dudes, pick up something and come back. Sure, I mean, the humor and the jokes really carry this a long time, but after so many hours, that stuff cannot hide the repetitive nature of the game. Fortunately, the highlight of any Borderlands game is back in full swing, and you get a wide variety of guns, and it still amazes me how this game pulls this off. It generates all these guns, all these variables, all these weird shapes and sizes and add-ons and mods, but as all looter shooters go, most of the guns that you'll find in the game are inferior to the stuff that you already own, that you're already carrying. But what keeps you going is that sort of hope in your mind that at some point you'll come across this particular and spectacular gun. So you keep opening chests and boxes and keep looting. And once you have that gun, you'll probably stick with it until at some point you'll find a new gun that's a little bit better, so you're off to one of those vending machines selling redundant stuff for cash. And that's the nature of the game, that's the grind you will get into. Still, this is a more refined and streamlined experience than ever before, mostly because it's way easier now to compare all the weapon stats. The actual shooting of the bullet spongy-ish enemies is still solid, no complaints there. It's a very good first-person shooter, don't get me wrong. But I kept thinking to myself, how cool would it be if Borderlands gunplay was a little bit more like Rage 2? I mean, for all the problems that game had, the shooting was exciting and fast-paced and kinetic. Gameplay-wise, it really set the bar for shooters to come, and in comparison, the shooting in Borderlands 3, although visually spectacular and colorful, feels slow and sluggish. Lots of players are reporting technical problems with this game, but I experienced none of that. For me, it was smooth sailing overall, and it was easy to hook up with a friend. No connection problems. This game is great in co-op. I really think that it was created with that in mind. And listening to this, you might think, well, this guy does not like the game, it's a bad game, but it's really not. Borderlands is a solid continuation of the series, but I think it could have been better. It's generous with its content, there's a lot to do, a lot of shooting, but it could have been better. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bijna. Abbas.
Ja!